In a sport where hype comes easy, but proving it doesn't, boxing's heavyweight division is once again holding its breath for the arrival of a new force.
And he seems to get better and better. He's powerful, he's destructive, and he might just be the future of this heavyweight division.
All eyes are on Moses Itauma, a 20-year-old brimming with raw power, speed and promise that's turned whispers into headlines. But standing across from him is Dillian Whyte, the battle-scarred veteran of Britain's heavyweight wars, and one who's made a career out of testing hopefuls and dragging them into deep waters. For the Brixton brawler, this isn't just another fight. It's one last chance to remind the world he's still a threat.
And it is over! And it is personal redemption!
Two generations collide, a rising star out to prove he's more than just talk, and an old warrior determined not to be anyone's stepping stone. Welcome to the Moses Itauma vs Dillian White fight countdown, where the future meets the past, and only one walks away with their story intact.
All you got to do is train
You're going
hard.
to be world champion when you fight. Doesn't
No,
matter.
I
Don't think about
appreciate
it.
it. Thank you. Take care, yeah?
You too.
At just 20 years of age, Moses Itauma is seen not only as Britain's best heavyweight prospect, but arguably the nation's brightest young talent altogether.
The new kid on the block who's done everything that's been asked of him up to as yet, 20 years of age.
He already cuts an imposing figure in the ring, with few visible weaknesses in his skill set. Many believe he has the potential to not just win a world title soon, but to dominate the division for years to come, as very few young heavyweights around the world show the same promise.
And every time you're introduced by anybody, whether it's Jim White or any boxing person, it's the expected next heavyweight champion of the world.
With this in mind, after only 12 professional bouts, his team have shown full confidence in matching him against the seasoned and battle-hardened Dillian White.
You all right, mate? Very well, yourself? Looking cool, ready for it, mate?
On paper, it's a calculated risk, but if it pays off, Itauma will gain priceless experience against a proven threat, while boosting his profile by claiming the scalp of one of Britain's most recognised heavyweights.
Dillian's not an idiot, isn't he? He fancies to fight. This is a big jump for him.
Originally born in Slovakia to a Nigerian father and Slovakian mother, Itauma moved with his family to the UK when he was just 3 years of age.
Campeón del mundo. Woof.
He first laced up the gloves after being inspired by the flamboyant and explosive style of a Prince Nassim Hamid. And as a southpaw himself, Itauma's natural talent shone through during a short but impressive amateur stint, where he captured 3 national titles, 3 European titles, and a world championship. He could easily have added more to his amateur career, but with Mike Tyson's record as the youngest ever heavyweight champion in his sights, Itauma chose to turn professional early, signing with Frank Warren's Queensberry Promotions just after his 18th birthday.
An amateur young boy, he's a junior, he's not even a senior, and he's sparring with a mature, fully fledged, quality professional.
By the time he turned pro, Itauma's reputation already preceded him.
Good.
Stories of his rapid rise in the amateurs and sparring sessions with established names like Anthony Joshua, Lawrence Okolie and Joe Joyce marked him out as a young fighter to keep a close eye on.
Okay, gentlemen, listen, you both had your instructions in the dressing room, so you know what's expected. Get your punches up, obey my commands and protect yourselves at all times. Good luck to you both, lads. Touch up.
In January of 2023, he made his professional debut, needing less than 15 seconds to dispatch his first opponent. And since then, he's climbed the ranks quickly, building serious momentum with each outing. The incredible hype surrounding him is not quite based off the quality of opponents. His short pro career, so far spanning just 2 years, has not yet allowed him to cross paths with any notable names. Instead, it's the advanced qualities in the ring that he's already displaying at such a young age that's got people talking.
Balogun's got to keep that right hand up. He can't miss with the left hand, Atalma.
First and foremost, his speed and movement. Itauma possesses the kind of fluid footwork and hand speed more commonly seen in fast cruiserweights than lumbering heavyweights. And his quick reactions and agile style give him a clear edge in today's heavyweights, who often fight at a steadier, more methodical pace.
Front foot. Oh, what a shot!
Then there's his power.
This year, oh, left uppercut!
10 knockouts in 12 wins shows he carries real fight-ending force. His stoppage of Mariusz Wach, a durable veteran who once went the distance with Vladimir Klitschko and Dillian Whyte himself, demonstrated just how explosive Itauma can be, taking out Wach in only 2 rounds.
The start of this fight, and he cannot fend his man off, and the referee is going to stop it.
Technically, Itauma also shows an unusual level of maturity for his age.
It's almost like he's nodding in appreciation.
He judges distance well, keeps a disciplined defense, and picks his moments rather than rushing in.
Behind the jab, there's again that left-hand counter as Garber comes forward.
His footwork allows him to slip in and out of range with ease, catching opponents off guard with sudden bursts into the pocket.
But again, the speed being shown to the full effect.
And even more dangerous is his ability to counterpunch on the move. Whether standing his ground at mid-range or retreating with quick feet, he can fire back with sharp, powerful shots, a rare weapon in a modern heavyweight's arsenal.
That's some
But beyond raw ability, it's Itauma's composure and ring IQ that hint at a high ceiling.
Certainly send the message. Yeah. Accuracy and another one there.
Backed by strong amateur foundations and a seemingly disciplined attitude, he looks built for a long, sustainable career and not just a fleeting moment in the spotlight.
Still undefeated, Moses Itauma!
On paper and against the level of opponents he's faced so far, these qualities have shone through. But, like all rising stars, there comes a point where promise must be tested against proven experience. And that brings us to his next challenge. Dillian Whyte, a former top 10 heavyweight and world title challenger, has long been one of the biggest names in British boxing.
No, you're a coward. I'll put it on you.
Over the past decade, he's been at the centre of some of the UK's most heated heavyweight rivalries, carving out a reputation as a tough, dangerous contender.
Massive turnaround here. White going for it.
In contrast to Itauma's spotless 12-fight record, Whyte brings 31 wins and only 3 defeats from elite-level opposition. And aged 37 and 17 years Itauma's senior, Whyte carries the kind of battle-tested experience that could tear up the script and derail the young contender's ambitions of crashing the world stage.
Dillian, the body snatcher!
Dillian White's story is one of grit, forged in tough surroundings. Born in Portland, Jamaica, he moved to the UK at the age of 12 and found refuge from Brixton's harsh streets at Miguel's boxing gym. There, his introduction to combat sports sparked a short but successful kickboxing career where he became a 2-time British heavyweight champion and European K1 title holder. Before long, White turned his full-time focus to boxing. Despite a limited amateur stint, he made his professional debut in May of 2011. And without the backing of a major promoter, the man who would soon be known as the Body Snatcher spent the next 4 years quietly racking up 16 straight wins.
Down and think of it, punches up. Big right.
During that time, an old rivalry began to define his rise.
Why are you always getting nervous when I'm around you?
Shut up, bro. Listen, you're a small man and you're getting hurt, bro. Trust me.
Years earlier in the amateurs, a 20-year-old White had floored and beaten a young Anthony Joshua on points. A result that only added fuel when Joshua rocketed to stardom as a professional.
Do you want let everybody get the room now? Me and you staying here, we can have it. And see who walks out.
Their simmering feud finally boiled over in December of 2015 when the pair clashed in one of British boxing's most heated grudge matches.
See these guys, there's some of the cobwebs.
Joshua in after the bell and White not having any of it. White's lost control.
After a wild first round that nearly ended in disqualification, White rattled Joshua with a clean shot, the first time the Olympic gold medalist had been visibly hurt in the pro ranks.
White can certainly take a punch. He shook Joshua.
But the upset slipped away as Joshua regained control and ended the fight in emphatic fashion. White may have suffered his first defeat that night, but his fearless approach and willingness to trade made him a TV-friendly fighter and pushed him in the mix for more opportunities. Along the way, he enjoyed a 2-fight rivalry with Derek Chisora, a valuable win over former world champion Joseph Parker, and an entertaining 12-round brawl with the undefeated and highly rated Oscar Rivas.
Where you at, Wilder? Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I'm ready!
At his peak, White was notorious in campaigning for a shot at the WBC champion Deontay Wilder, eventually securing a mandatory challenger status.
Oh, but a beautiful countering shot from Dillian White.
A shocking knockout defeat, however, to Alexander Povetkin in 2020 derailed his momentum.
What happens next in this critical rematch?
But after bouncing back and avenging the loss the following year, his long-awaited shot at world honours finally materialised against Tyson Fury, who by then had dethroned Deontay Wilder for the WBC crown.
I'm not sure whether the hairs on the back of everybody's neck has actually settled down yet.
For the second time in his career, White was taking a stab at a mainstream star. But the stakes this time round were a lot higher, as a packed-out Wembley Stadium of 94,000 fans were witnessing him challenge for the world title he'd long been chasing.
What an occasion, don't take your eyes off it. Start is going to be crucial for both boxers.
Much like against Joshua, there were hopes he could trouble the favourite.
Such a big man, Tyson Fury, with those long levers, he's so difficult to get close to.
But Tyson Fury proved a far more elusive and awkward puzzle. And after 6 frustrating rounds, White's dream ended abruptly when he walked onto a perfectly timed uppercut.
Fury with the uppercut! What a punch!
In past defeats, White's defiant spirit had always driven him to bounce back with new purpose. But this loss, on boxing's biggest stage, seemed to cut deeper than any before.
Get the fuck out of here, man.
In the 3 years since, White has stepped into the ring just 3 times, earning a hard-fought majority decision over Jermaine Franklin, before nearly 2 years of inactivity led to routine stoppage wins over Christian Hammer and Ebenezer Tete.
Dillian, the Body Snatcher!
There's no question that Dillian White has endured a long, punishing career, sharing the ring with some of the division's best. And while it's fair to wonder if his best nights are behind him, one thing could still remain: the raw, combative edge that made him the body snatcher in the first place.
Step to the right and a left to the body, and that was a really good shot.
If White can summon that bullish aggression and respectable punching power, which has stopped many before him, he could pose a real threat to Itauma in ways the young prospect has yet to face.
Just landed two really good ones. Beautiful shot.
Because if there is one department where rising talents are rarely tested early on, it's their defense under genuine, sustained pressure.
Povetkin back. Povetkin. Oh, good shot. Trouble here with the right hand. And White now might go for it.
As already noted, Itauma's defensive IQ is already advanced for such a young fighter. But so far, much of that defense relies on sharp reflexes and nimble footwork.
There's been a real element of control to his work tonight, Richie hasn't there, all the way through.
This is where White's unpredictable thudding combinations, often thrown from awkward angles, can ask tougher questions. Whether Itauma can still slip shots and stay composed when the fight is fought at close quarters, where movement alone isn't enough. White may no longer be at his peak, and it's been some time since fans have seen him at his absolute best. But with enough power and the courage to press forward without fear, he remains dangerous and could force Itauma to show us just how real his promise is.
And he's going for it.
Experts already believe the young sensation is good enough to break into the division's top 10. Despite a career spanning just 12 fights over 2 years, Itauma's rapid progression suggests he could rise faster than any young hopeful in recent memory.
Quickly. Oh, good shot. Brilliant punch.
His nimble footwork, blistering hand speed, and quick reflexes will all need to be at their sharpest to keep a seasoned, dangerous opponent at bay, especially one who still has a point to prove. Victory here would boost his profile and push him closer to leading a new generation of heavyweights with world title glory and maybe even a dominant reign firmly in sight. For White, on the other hand, this marks what could be a final shot at upsetting the odds.
And it has been a polished performance, this, from Dillian White.
A chance for redemption and a last stand to breathe new life into a fading career, and a moment to remind everybody why he's been one of Britain's most entertaining heavyweights of the past decade. Whatever happens when the final bell rings, one thing is certain. We'll find out if Britain's next big hope is ready to step through the fire, or if the old warrior still has enough to drag him into it.